people was turning up to the house and stuff. Did you guys have similar experiences?
Yeah, we did struggle with that, especially the first house we lived in. Didn't help that JJ parked his purple Tron Lamborghini in front of the house. We're like, come on, KSI fly, license plate, purple Lamborghini in front of the house. Okay, now people know where we live.
So what? You started uploading videos when you were what, 8 years old?
How old was I? 11? 10?
Was it 11?
Yeah.
When you started uploading videos?
I think. Oh, no, I was 14. Sorry, I'm lying. I was 14, I think.
Let me ask you, what made you start doing that as a hobby? Was it just like, school's done and then I just want to upload some videos on YouTube? Because I think you guys done it at a time where now, like I speak to my nephew who's like 11 years old and he's like, I want to be a YouTuber.
Yeah.
And I feel like that didn't exist when you lot was doing it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So what was it like a childhood hobby? Was it your relief? Was it your escapism as such?
It was, my friends from school were doing it and I wanted to share what I was doing on my games with them.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'll record it myself, put it on YouTube, send it to them.
Yeah.
And then people who weren't my friends were watching it and I was like, okay, on the one side, this is stranger danger. This is what we've been told not to do. But on the other side, I'm like, this is cool. I don't know this guy who's watched my video.
Yeah.
And that just sparked like a curiosity and a fascination.
Yeah.
So it was that simple.
So what some of the games you were playing? Like, was it like Call of Duty and stuff like that?
It was Call of Duty, yeah. It was Modern Warfare 2 was the first game I posted a video from.
Is it?
Simpler times, right? You play COD?
Do you know what I used to? I remember going to a friend's house. Well, it's like a friend of a friend. I went to his house. He had a really cool bedroom at the top of like his house. And this was at a time when like, do you remember when like HD TVs first came in? So like some people had them and some people didn't. Yeah. And he had it and the TV must have been, I'm talking like 50 inches. Yeah. And seeing him play like Modern Warfare 2, I said, I need to play this game. I said, this looks so cold. But I'll be honest, the minute I went online is a different, it's a different animal. Because I'll be honest, I think I grew up like just always playing missions. So I always like love a mission. Like we're talking like Metal Gear Solid, like love the mission of a game. You know, Grand Theft Auto. So like Modern Warfare, I was like, I'm kind of in with the mission. Do you know what I mean? Like some fun missions there and stuff. But then when you got to go online,
it's different. It's a different experience.
You're sitting there like, why are you insulting me, man? Why are you racist by default? I don't get it, bro. I've not done nothing, man. So I think online, I kind of swayed away from online. I tried to jump back, and I've dibbled and dabbled, but never like properly. Do you know what I mean? Probably the pandemic, because when I was like, I'm gonna like properly play online, like GTA.
GTA Online pandemic.
It was fantastic.
Living life in Los Santos.
It was like I started spending like real money, like. You know, when you're like, I got to do up the house. I got to
custom car.
Yeah, man. So like for you, like when did you start getting paid from what you were doing, like in terms of YouTube and uploading clips? What age would you getting paid from that?
So probably like when I was like 14 or 15. You used to have this little, well, here's the thing, you used to have this little subscriber box on your channel where you could put other people's channels and like promote them on your channel. So, you know, I put like 2 or 3 of my friends and then there's a few more spaces and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to put a little message in my bio, sub box spots, £1 per month. And other people would be like, I want to promote their channel, so I'd put them in there, and I was sat there and I was like, Mum, Dad, £3 a month. This is the future. I've made it. I'm ready. And they're like, okay, keep going. Yeah. So you couldn't even put adverts on videos when we started. There was no YouTube monetization. So we were just doing it for fun. You could maybe, literally like promote other people's channels for a bit of pocket money. Yeah. And then at one point you could upload to other channels. So there was this channel called Machinima. I don't know if you ever heard of it.
I've not heard of this.
But it was like one of these old school gaming like networks where you could send them videos. They'd post your videos. Yeah. And give you a share of the ad revenue. So that was cool. It's like, hang on a second, I'm getting paid to play video games.
Years old at this time?
No, I was like 14. Yeah, 14, 15. Right. But it was all starting to make a little bit of sense.
So when you're making this bit of money, what was like probably the most amount of money at that time where you was like, oh, this is a little bit lucrative, or like your parents were a bit like, hang on a minute, he's making bank right now. Do you know what I mean?
I think it was probably like a year later when I first got adverts on my own channel, and then all of these views that I've been building up on my channel suddenly meant some money. And it was probably like, it might have been like £70 or £80 or something for the month. But still, to go from like this was a hobby to hang on a second, like this is like, you know, a day or two of work. That was the first moment where it kind of clicked in my head. I was like, okay, well, I've been trying to get more views and more subscribers anyway. So if I just keep doing this, there's more and more money in it. They're kind of, the mindset changed a little bit then. But school always had to come first. School first, then the YouTube videos.
So were your parents very much like, listen, this is what you need to be doing is school, rather than like, did your parents even know it was even a thing? Does that make sense?
Yeah, they didn't know it was a thing. I didn't know it was a thing because it had only just started happening, and almost it felt at the time it felt illegal. Hang on a second, you're earning like money from playing video games, recording it and putting it on the internet. This sounds like someone's going to come in soon and say, "No, stop doing that. You can't be making a living from that." So I would say that they were always super apprehensive, and it was good in a lot of ways because they also kind of taught me like, keep working at it, commit yourself to it, be consistent with it. If you want to try and make it into something bigger and better. But also we were sat saying, when is this bubble going to burst? Even when I was making like, you know, probably like an average salary doing it by the time I was 18 and finished my A-levels. It wasn't even like, okay, well, this is where I'm going to go now, because it's like, okay, you made good money this year, but next year you might make zero. Like next year someone might come in and say, you can't do this anymore. And to be fair, it was almost tangible in a sense that we're posting, our primary content is around these video games. So theoretically, it would have been stupid for them to do, but let's say EA or Activision, who make, you know, the games, Call of Duty, could come in and say, okay, you're not making any money, we're taking all the money that you're making recording videos on our game. Fortunately, they realised that it's marketing their games on this big free platform, and you know, the money wasn't enough for them really for them to care. But it was kind of seen as this bubble, and I was like, when's this bubble going to burst? So I took a gap year. That was 2013. It's a perfect time.
Did you go travelling in your gap year or anything?
I did not travel out of my bedroom. I travelled around all these video games 16 hours a day from my bedroom. It was actually quite sad. I'd literally wake up, make a video, upload it, make a video, upload it, turn off my computer, and there would just be silence. And they'd be like, okay, so my friends went to university. My parents went to sleep 5 hours ago. I'm just sat in my bedroom.
You were just online, boy.
Yeah, and I was like, my life doesn't exist outside this online little hustle. But fortunately, that's when I started to get to know who are now the Sidemen. And we would like be on Skype calls together. And we would all say, we'd be like, we're annoying our parents, we're making noise. The other boys are like in, you know, flats, they're getting their neighbours complaining.
And did you all meet online?
Yes. Yeah, like Twitter, effectively. We started following each other. We started meeting up at gaming events back in, like 2012, 2013. And we were digital friends. And then we were like, you know what, we can all, if we all move into a house together, then we're not annoying anyone else, and we can all lock in on what we were doing. And it turned out to be the perfect time. But
it's changed all your lives as well. Do you know what I mean?
Big time.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, massively.
Like, a lot of us have grown up with you guys, and I feel like when you think of like content creators, you guys are like pioneers in that space. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
To just move it away from just gaming and YouTube, do you know what I mean, to the things that you're able to do. Wasn't you meant to go to university though?
I was, yeah. I took a gap year, so that's what I was saying. I was like, I might go back.
Yeah.
And then for 2-3 years, they kept emailing me saying, hey, we got your place, we're holding your place at UCL, would you like to come back?
I swear.
And then after 3 years, I was like, I'm done. I'm going to keep doing my thing. So Yeah, I'm on my 13th gap year. I still haven't found myself. I've been doing some travelling. I haven't found myself yet. But maybe I need to go somewhere else,
Do you think you'd ever go back? Do you think you'd ever go to uni just to do it?
You know what?
That
Honestly,
would be good content, man.
Yeah, back to sat there crying over a physics exam. I can't do this anymore.
You finally go. Do you know what I mean?
I would like to go and learn the things and do the learning process. But if I had to sit down and do an exam, I'm just going to scribble over the paper.
Oh, no, listen, man.
I can't.
It's mad because every now and then I might do a talk even at like a school, a secondary school, and I'd be like, there might be 14-year-olds. I'm like, what are you learning? Like, we're learning about industrial sciences and the impact on the industrial revolution. I said, listen, I don't, can you help us, Mo? I said, listen, man, I'm here to visit, I've got nothing for you.
All you can do is inspire.
Yeah, jump on YouTube, man. So you rejected, and what was you gonna study? Was it natural sciences?
Yeah.
What made you want to study that, natural sciences?
I always liked science.
Yeah.
And I could never pick which one was really my favourite. So genius me thought, I'll just do all of them. And you actually go and do different modules with. So it's almost like you're doing bits of multiple different science degrees.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think I would have enjoyed it, but it would have been super tough. And there's no way I could have done what I did now while doing that at the same time. It would have been completely different.
Well, your parents very on you to study something.
Yeah.
That's because, I've got a lot of friends who are either Asian or, African, especially West African.
Yeah.
And they're like, it's a doctor, lawyer, engineer. Do you know what I mean? Even my own dad, my dad's a Rastafarian. When I told him I want to do stand-up, he was like, what do you mean clown? We're not doing no clown business. And I'm like, no, it's very lucrative. Do you know what I mean? I'm getting paid here and there. Yeah, it's a little £100 and stuff. What did your parents want you to get into?
Yeah, they wanted, at least to have a degree. And, it does make sense to me because my mum got a medicine degree as she was a second generation immigrant. Her parents didn't have degrees. So she went and got a medicine degree, and that was a huge thing and allowed her to have this completely different life to the one her parents had. So I think having had that experience to her and to my dad, again, he had his chemical engineering degree. They were like, you need to have this. If you don't have this degree,
just to fall back on it, at least.
That's it. So they were very in on me getting it. And my oldest brother, he's got a computer science degree. My middle brother's got a medicine degree. Like, which degree are you going to go and get? I'm like, I'm going to play video games and scream into a webcam. That'll be fine, right?
Are you the youngest of the family as well?
Yeah.
So you're the baby as well.
Yeah,
So
I got away with a lot.
Yeah, I'm same as well. So when you're the baby of the family, it's almost like, it kind of makes sense now why you got to do what you got to do, because it's like,
they got some in the bank. We got 2 degrees. We don't need the third. If I was number 1, best believe my setup's getting thrown out the window.
So then what was it like when you all moved in? Because I feel like now it's very normal to see content creators live together. So what was it like when you guys moved in? Was it like how we kind of see it sometimes maybe on social media, where it is a vibe and it is a laugh, or is it like, guys, I got to work, or is it just like, let's just get some Nerf guns and start murking each other? Do you know what I mean? It was
overall, it was great. It was amazing. So much fun. Great place to work. Initially, I remember it being scary.
Yeah.
Because one, it's I'd moved up to Sheffield with the family then. So it was moving from Sheffield to London. The other guys are 2-3 years older than me. So they're all kind of 21. So some of them had been to uni or moved into their own flats.
Yeah, yeah.
I literally left home to move into this Sidemen house. And I remember I had to get them on a Skype call with my mum. Yeah. And be like, Mum, these are the people I'm going to live with, which is a crazy thought. I had to explain to her that these people, I mean, honestly, they could have turned out to be complete weirdos, complete horrible people to live with. It was this gamble that we all took. They were like, look, we can all help each other out, have a fun experience.
Yeah.
And it took it from more of this hobby job that we did at home to this, okay, now it's a real job. We're in that we have a workplace environment kind of thing. So it was scary. I remember it was expensive. I was thinking I've been working hard to make all of this money that I'm sat there thinking, okay, when YouTube gets deleted, when the servers get deleted tomorrow, at least I've saved up some money. That was what was going on in my head. I was like, this can't keep going on. And then it was like, okay, I'm gonna need to pay £800 a month or something to go and live in this house.
Yeah.
And I'm weighing up like, is this gonna be worth the money, and is it all gonna work out again? Funnily enough, it worked out 100 times over. And I learned a lot from the other guys. With them being a bit older, they were good role models to me of like, this is how you live away from home. This is this is how we do our work.
And I guess for them as well, because they've been to uni and stuff, they've been around like other people and other experiences. So at least with you coming into that experience, you're almost like, oh, like, I know to put my underpants in the, do you know what I mean? And not leave them in the bathroom.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's just small things like that. When you're at this place now and you are doing content and stuff, did you think it would be what it is now back then? And I guess it's almost like now I think, you guys are like the blueprint in some ways of like, this is what you can do. Shows on television, you can sell out arenas and travel the world. And, you for yourself, you've got like, was it like just close to 8 million subscribers? Do you know what I mean, on YouTube? But was that the vision, like starting off early on, or was it just like, hey, we've got this content house, we're gonna create some content. This might last for 3 years, it might be a vibe, or actually want to grow it bigger? And the only reason why I asked that is because as a team, was there anyone else to look up to? Because I always felt like the biggest creators were always quite individual. So it wasn't as normal to see, like almost like the Avengers in a sense of,
we'll take that. We will run with the Avengers, the Avengers of YouTube.
So was it in that first couple of years that, oh, this is actually a thing, or was it just a like, let's just see where it goes and just earn a bit of money and just cut, do you know what I mean?
It's always been like, let's just find out. Let's just give it a go, and like, we've already made it this far, so what have we got to lose kind of mindset. And even from the start, again, most of us started making videos before you could even really make money from it. It was just like, let's learn these skills, let's try this as like a little side quest thing. And I think every step of the way we've been like, okay, we made it to here, how can we go a bit further? And you're right, there was really no one to look forward to. But that was, I think, the nice thing about not being individualist, you say, because we had each other to kind of constantly bounce off of. It allowed us to come up with these ideas that would... No one's done that before. It's like a charity football match. Why can't we do it, Go to Southampton Stadium, we're like, we want to sell the stadium. They're like, we'll give you one stand of seats because we think that's all you guys can sell. And then 10 years later, we've sold out Wembley 2 years in a row. So
sick, man.
It was just, let's think of these crazy ideas. And also, it was, constantly trying to find something new, because we know that if we carried on doing the Call of Duty gaming videos that we were doing 12, 13 years ago, there's no way we would have even, a tenth of the audience we have now. It's use the opportunities to learn, grow, try something new. If things don't work, just try something else new. And with the group of us, we've always managed to find kind of new ways to level things up and move forward. And so, you're right. We've never really had anyone to follow, but that's helped because it helps us think of new ideas. We're not sat thinking, okay, this group are doing this, we're going to go and do that and try and do it as well as them. We're just going to think of something new. Okay, reality TV done in a YouTube way. Let's go and do that. And it's almost, we set the bar and we learn and raise that bar ourselves rather than trying to chase what someone else does, and that keeps it unique.
So like, what were some of the struggles that you had at such a young age of, one, moving away from home and living with your friends, but also two, like, I guess it's like if you're in this house, and I only know this through asking, Chunks, and he was telling me that when him and his friends moved into a house with a beta squad, people was turning up to the house and stuff. Did you guys have similar experiences? Yeah, we did struggle with that, especially the first house we lived in. Didn't help that JJ parked his purple Tron Lamborghini in front of the house. We're like, come on, KSI fly, license plate, purple Lamborghini in front of the house. Okay, now people know where we live. We're like, you can park it up the road or something. So we deserved it in a lot of senses. And it was, we always saw it as transactional. So this is just like
another side of us getting to do what we wake up and do what we want every day is people are going to be excited about it. There were occasions where I remember it being a nightmare. It was like Halloween, our house got egged and we sat there the next morning like cleaning egg off our house because we didn't go and answer the door, because if we answered the door, oh yeah, they're answering the door and taking selfies. Everyone come to their house for Halloween. So we were in this like stuck position where they were like opening the letterbox and like shouting, "We know you're in there. Can you come and get a selfie?" And we're just like, what do we do? We're like crawling under the window to try and pretend we're not there.
A ring doorbell as well, you know? Yeah. So like, was you ever like put in danger though, ever in a sense of like where you're like, oh right, we need to, like, people are trying to climb over the walls and get in the house. Do you see what I'm
saying? I would say that it didn't feel like it was in danger, but I do remember once we were like, what's going on outside? And there was like a kid jumping on our trampoline and like throwing a football out our like bedroom windows to try and get our attention.
Sweet.
And it was like some kid who'd gone out on a night out, got drunk and thought, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to climb the fence into their garden and just try and like get their attention. And then, yeah, like we did see, like, came and tried the back door, which was fortunately locked. Yeah. Like, imagine you get this drunk guy just pull up outside your bedroom like, "Hey, Vic, what's up?"
Yeah.
So, I mean, it was more annoyances rather than like we actually were scared about anything.
Yeah, of course.
But again, it was all kind of like, and it was all just part of this crazy story of what was going on at the time. So we never like sat down and thought to ourselves, oh, you know, this is awful. It was just like, well, that was a bit stupid, but isn't everything we're doing every day stupid? Kind of thing.
So would you say it kind of attracts that attention from the stuff, I guess, that you're sometimes doing online, where people are like, well, let's just turn up at the house and throw eggs or jump on a trampoline. Like, within like where you are now in some ways, within your middle, where, you know, you and the guys are selling out, you know, Wembley Stadium, and you've got shows on Netflix and you've done shows on Amazon Prime and stuff like this. You know, you kind of branched off and you started DJing as well.
Yeah.
And how have you found your experience in that space? Because I know that you played Tomorrowland, and I was there the same year you was there at Tomorrowland.
Just last year?
No, I think this was a couple of years ago.
Okay.
I think you might have visited Tomorrow. I don't know if you played it when I went.
Been a bunch of times, yeah. I went like 2022, I only know because
I remember I was walking around and I was like, I swear, is that Cal Freezy? Like, you know, you just started to play. Because I'll be honest, when I went to Tomorrowland, I didn't have a clue what was going on. Yeah. Like, I went with my girlfriend, and she was like, oh, there's this festival, like Tomorrowland, boom, boom, boom. I was like, all right, cool, I'll go, see what the vibes is. I didn't know that was the music.
It's so good.
I didn't even know the stage or anything. And I listened to a lot of music, but I was like, okay, this is very far removed from what I normally listen to. Yeah,
okay.
And I remember just walking, you know, and it was like, okay, everyone from around the world, you know, like it's a crazy vibe when you go there. But at one point, I said to myself, I swear that's Cal Freezy. But you know, you're like,
it can't be.
Anyway, carried on with the rest of the weekend. And then I think I see it on your story. I think you lot was all there.
Yeah, we've been a couple times, all of us.
Yeah. So, like, what made you get into that space of DJing? Because now you're DJing at these bigger festivals all around the world.
Yeah.
Do you feel like there's more of a sense to prove? Because you're like, well, no, I like this as a passion.
Yeah.
And I love doing this. And I'm not just, you know, a quote unquote content creator who's going into a space. Do you know what I mean? That someone like me wouldn't necessarily occupy.
I think it's both sides of the coin, I feel, at the same time, because there is this kind of expectation of, okay, so now all these people come to your shows. We're expecting this crazy high level. But then also, like, if I deliver a high level, it's like, oh, like, who else did that for you? Kind of mindset. So you can't win either way. But yeah, it started completely by accident. And I've been going to these festivals like Tomorrowland, like Miami Ultra for 10, 11 years. I actually the record labels used to invite me to go out and vlog my experience, and they'd like give me access to all of these like cool parties and events, and I'd be there with my little vlog camera like, this is the best. So I've just been doing that, got to know a lot of people in the scene, and they've been pushing me to do it for ages, because they said kind of the important thing is like, you've got to love the music, know the music, and also have an audience of people that will get involved in it with you. Yeah. So it kind of, I had the perfect stuff to start doing it, and then it was at Tomorrowland in 2022 that Alan Walker took me up on the main stage as his guest with him in front of all these people. And I'd been in the crowd so many times, so suddenly I'm stood behind the decks watching all these people just having a good time.
It's amazing, man. Because the main stage, right?
Yeah, with the big bowl.
Yeah, and the castle and all this stuff. Yeah, man. Oh,
and once I was there, he was actually the one that pushed me to go and do it. I promise I would not have had the confidence to do it myself. I would have had so much imposter syndrome. But when someone as successful as him, who started at 14 years old in his bedroom, the same way we started, making songs, one of them went viral, then built from there. When he's saying go and do it, I was like, okay, I got to go home and learn. I played my first set that Christmas at Ministry of Sound, and like I DJ'd to myself in my bedroom, and then it was a sold out Ministry of Sound club. I walked in and they're playing like some Fetty Wap and some Drake, and I'm like, oh no, I'm playing a different kind of music, a Tomorrowland kind of music, you know the difference. So I was stressing. I was like, I've convinced myself that I can do this. And also I'd got used to this calm office environment at home where I've got perfect sound, everything's all like, the light's good, everything's organised, and then I'm in this club, the music's banging, it's like there's people going crazy, and I like struggled my way through it. But then again, that also made me realise that people are just out to have fun. And it doesn't matter what way you bring that. Like I had the shared experience with that audience. They followed my YouTube journey. I was playing music I liked, they liked it too. So that gave me the confidence to kind of carry on. But even at that point, it was like, okay, this is going to be kind of like a fun thing that maybe, you know, every couple of months I'll just go into London and play a set. I didn't see it going further than that, but then just as I started doing it more and kind of learning more from people who are doing it, it's become this thing. And to kind of circle it back to the Sidemen thing, I love it because it's very much me. I get to be myself and kind of choose every step of that journey, like I did in the early days of YouTube, where it was less kind of pressure environment, and we did with Sidemen, whereas now with Sidemen we have kind of like 30, 40 members of staff working on every shoot. We have to really carefully plan things out. It's not on us. We're not setting up the cameras, editing the footage, planning everything out ourselves. We couldn't do stuff on the scale we do if that was the case. So for music, it's this fun escape where I can bring in my fans, but I can also just be myself and share what I like. So
what's some of the craziest places you've played, like, to this day? Apart from Tomorrowland, have you done Vegas?
I have done. Yeah, I've done Vegas twice, which is just.
Did you do it with Stephen Aoki where he throws the cakes and all that?
I've thrown one of Steve Aoki's cakes in Spain. Yeah, and they got some weight on them. You know, they're about 8 kg. I tried to launch it from a festival stage across into the crowd. There was someone up on shoulders, and I dropped it short. I still hit someone, but I also felt bad as well. I was like, you're not even getting caked by Steve Aoki at this point. This is Vikkstar pulled up and thrown a cake.
Wow.
So yeah, I've done that with him, and I actually went to 2 festivals in one day with him. So I went to a festival in Norway where I played a set back to back with Alan Walker there. Then I left the festival, went to go and get my flight, and my flight was cancelled. And it was this small town in Norway called Kristiansand, and there's one flight a day. So I'm kind of sat there, I'm like, him and all of his team have left. I'm just like, okay, so I'm just on my own. And then I saw that Steve Aoki was coming in the next day. So I was like, oh, can I come and see your set? And he was like, yeah, sure. I turned up and I was like, my flight's cancelled, I can't get home. And he was like, oh, we're playing another festival tonight in Spain. We've got the jet waiting outside the festival. Do you want to come with us to that festival as well? So, and that was the most surreal experience. It's like 6 p.m, he's on this stage in Norway, everyone's having the best time, jumping around, going crazy, finishes the set, leave the festival, go straight to the plane, fly the plane to Spain, arrive at like midnight, drive out to this like desert looking thing. It's another festival, and that was seeing the way these top guys operate is next level. So yeah, that was a crazy experience, just seeing like 2 different countries, 50,000 people partying and like running the show at both was crazy. But yeah, I've done Vegas, and again, for me that was the weirdest experience, because I was this guy back in the day with all the boys. We've just made a bit of money, we've gone out to Vegas. This actually reminds me of your story from your stand-up about the club experience where you lose your mind a little bit, but you have to, right? That's clubbing in America. So I've like done all of that with the boys on the come up, had credit card bills that I've wanted to run away from. We all know about those. I know that one. I know that feeling. I related to that hard. I was like, there's probably not a lot of people who wanted to run away from a card machine. When they just go, oh yeah, the tip's 3,000. Is that okay? And you're like, I poured my own drinks.
You know what's really funny about that is because I think for me as an experience, that was where I thought in life. I was like, I think this might. You know when people say you've made it.
Yeah.
And me and my naive self was like, I think this is making it, you know. The fact that you get the show and everyone is cramming and you think, this might be it, you know. When people talk about I've made it, I don't think it's
that's what we do it for.
You know, when you like there is the part of you like the career stuff, which is like, great, an achievement, and you've done this, but you think, in that moment, you think, this is it. If I died today, I think I might have made it. I think this is what people talk about. It's until that bill comes and the reality never sets in. And don't get me wrong, I think even at a younger age, when me and my friends will go to a bar and we get a little table and we're like, but when that bill comes and nothing sobers you up than that bill. And you know, I don't know if you've had this, but I've looked at the receipt and been like,
this isn't real. But sometimes you don't know if it's real or not.
Put it in the light. Let me put it in the light. Can I see it in the light? What? And then everything comes back into reality. It's like a film where it's like, shoo, shoo, shoo. And you say, what am I doing, man?
I'll tell you what, though, they know what they're doing, though. That's it. They've got you there. They've got you drunk. They've got you in the thing with the sparklers. And like you'll point to like something like with the like 2 champagne bottles. You'll get these 2, and they're like, no, you've got to get this one. Or maybe you didn't even point to it, and they just said, we'll get you this one. And because you're drunk and you've not said no, please don't. It's happened, and they turn up with a card machine. And it's I've been like that. Sometimes you're like, I've been robbed because I can't drink 10 bottles. I can't drink 10 bottles of champagne. Why have you ordered that?
It's absolute robbery. They should have like you buy it and then you should have someone come after you and say, hey, I just want to let you know,
double check
what you're actually doing. And
a counsellor.
Because you don't. Also, what we didn't know when we're going out there is when I'm getting all this stuff, I'm not including the tax.
Yeah, tax.
So when
the
tax comes and tip.
Yeah.
And did you have this where when it comes to tipping, they go, yeah, Jose brought the water bottles, so can he get a tip? And I'm like, bro, you're just doing your job,
It'll be 500 for him, 500 for her, 500 for this guy.
God, man. And one time, I think...
It's a hustle.
One time we went for New Year's Eve. Went Vegas for New Year's Eve. Oh, my God, man. Like... They
surcharge and everything on that night.
Yeah, like everything goes up at least 20%. Oof. But then almost... I don't know if you had this where, like, you order whatever package you're getting first... But then they'll be like, oh, you've got to pay. And when they've taken my card, it's like, I didn't go through. So my heart is beating in my chest. And I said, what? It's not gone through. And they said, can you come to the kitchen? So I was like, okay, cool. I'll go to the kitchen. And then I have to put the pin in like properly. But I said, if this didn't go through, the embarrassment.
Yeah, everyone walk out. Out you go. Be the worst day.
So like, where you are now, where you're doing like the things like the DJ and the stuff with Sidemen, does that still take you away from, you know, like what kind of got you here in some ways with like the content? Because I know you're doing different content now, you know, like you and the guys doing road trips and stuff like this and still doing stuff together. Is that still a conscious effort to still make content for like the core fans who've been there from day one?
We have like our second channel, which we still do gaming videos on, like get together, and we literally do the same videos we used to do in the living room of our old house, where like there's no big setup. It's like us playing a stupid quiz or like some little like guess the song game. And I think that's really important. One, we love it, we enjoy it because it's just it's not that pressure environment of like the Sidemen Sunday every week. We're like, we got road trip cars going here, locations here, this setup here. Is the drone following this car? Where's the FPV drone? Are we on schedule? Have we got the right forms signed for the American gun range? Like things like this. So that's one side of the business, which lets it kind of level up and go to where it's been. But yeah, we do try and stay true to the other side, which is just us being us. And it's also a real challenge because we have this audience that grew up watching us and they don't want to see this big, fancy, polished production. They just want to see us literally fucking around. But then sometimes that lands great and we'll have something that's like a less planned shoot. It's just kind of go and see what happens. and it's great. And then sometimes we're like, okay, nothing is happening. Like we have nothing to bounce off. So it's the challenge of it being fully unscripted is that sometimes you get these gold moments that no one could ever script if they tried, and our real reactions to these things happening are just gold. But then also you do get the other side of it where we're like, if things were a bit more scripted, we would know when we're coming in what we're walking out with. So
and it's like happening in the moment, I guess, as well. Like what challenges do you think you guys have faced when it comes to making, you know, when you're doing these Sidemen matches in Wembley Stadium, which, by the way, I think that is so fucking sick, bro.
Yeah.
That is so amazing what you guys are doing. But also for the fact that, like, my 11-year-old nephew, who's like, you follow KSI, you can get me some tickets. I said, bro, I ain't got that ball, you know. You might have to queue up online.
Did he get a ticket? Did he get a ticket?
No, he didn't get a ticket.
I'm sure I can get you guys tickets if you want to come.
Don't say this stuff, because he will call me up and be like, listen, my nephew will be like, I don't listen to your podcast, but I heard you're going to get me.
Yeah, it's been clipped.
And he will exaggerate. I heard you're going to get me like front row tickets.
12 tickets.
But like, I think that is so amazing. What you guys are doing. Like, I think sometimes people don't realize what it takes to go and put something like that on, purely for entertainment, but also for charity as well. Yeah. Which I think that, I'll be honest, that is one of the things that absolutely blows my mind, because I know what it's like just booking a venue for when I'm touring, let alone Wembley Stadium. Do you know what I mean? The logistics that must go into that, the planning, even down to like small things of just like, okay, cool. Well, we need to, our tickets gonna sell. I don't know if you had this when you first booked it.
Oh yeah,
like, big time. Tickets gonna sell. This is a big risk. This could be monumental. 10,000 people come. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? But I tip my hat up to you. I think it's so inspiring. The fact you guys, you do it for charity. You get all the content creators around the world, and it's just become this thing now, which is like, oh, like that's what we're able to do in the UK. That puts us on the map in the sense of like all the biggest content creators in the world.
It happens here,
coming and playing in this game at 90,000 people. I think it's so amazing. But also, when you've done shows with like Amazon Prime or now with like Netflix and stuff, what are the challenges that comes with that? Because I guess for you guys it might seem quite easy on one side of like, well, like look how many followers they got, but also there's a side of television which doesn't sometimes get this world. Do you know what I mean? What do you feel like some of those challenges like you guys have faced, and just for yourself as well, because it's your name on the product as well,
Yeah, you're right, and thank you for the kind words. It means a lot,
it's
because
amazing, bro.
Again, we just kind of do something, then move on to the next, and a lot of the time it's almost like this expectation. It's like, oh, you guys are doing Wembley again, right? And it's like, one does not simply just do Wembley. We don't just like shoot them a text. Yo, next year match again, same time, see you there. Like, we've got the World Cup this year. They've got all the Premier League fixings to line up, different timing spots, and that's props to the other guys, because I don't know about football. I'm like the one guy who's not the football guy, but also that's what makes it special. Like literally the guy who got picked last for football in PE every single week now gets to run around and kick the football on Wembley sold out. So that's the fun and the beauty of it, and bringing everyone over, like you say, making something happen in the UK. But yeah, we've had constant like barriers to kind of break through to get there. Like I said, the first time we tried to do Southampton, they thought we were crazy. They were like, there's no way we'll give you the full stadium. We had to do half the stadium. St Mary's, we had to do then the full stadium. We then had to do Charlton twice, and then even to scale up from a bigger stadium than Charlton, again, these stadiums, they're run by big teams, big people, and they just wouldn't take us seriously. We were trying to get the next one, and it took a long time to get.
Is there a stadium you tried to get, and was just
so there was we tried to get Chelsea's stadium.
Oh, Stamford Bridge?
Yeah, we tried to get Stamford Bridge as the one after Charlton.
Yeah.
And again, we would spend ages having conversations about how we're going to do it, potential dates, all this stuff, and it would rise up through people at the organisation, and it would just reach a point where it's like, okay, it got to this level of board, And they've said, no, they won't have it happen. And it's like, we've wasted all this time, like physical time and like times. We've lost all of these days spent trying to set it up. We've lost all of these people's time sat on meetings trying to make it happen. And it gets to one person, they're like, yeah, YouTubers won't play at our stadium. And it's like,
oh, really?
And then you get set back, or they'll come through with a price that's absurd. They'll be like, you know, charging hundreds of thousands for the stadium. And it's like, we're trying to run a profitable charity event here. So now we need to go and find more sponsors. And there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes. And it's like, we don't want to run a charity football match where it's like, okay, you guys raised, you know, £2 million, but the event cost you £1.5 million to run. Yeah. So okay, so what, you got 2 million and only a quarter of that went to charity? That's inefficient. That's not not us setting out to do what we want to do. So you have like barriers like this all the way, and that's why we've had to build it up over 8-10 years. Yeah. Where it's like, then we got London Stadium and we sold out that stadium, and then I think that's what allowed then Wembley to realise, okay, these guys might be able to do it, but then also we're English. Yeah. So we're all gonna sit there and go, Wembley, nah, you've lost your head. We're like, you're dumb if you think you can sell out Wembley. No, never even, like you say, never even go there. So there was that genuine conversation with the Sidemen where we're thinking, are we dumb for thinking we can sell out Wembley? And then again, we did it. I think it was like 3 minutes, everyone was in the queue to sell out the stadium. And then also we're thinking, okay, well, where do we go from Wembley? Yeah. There's nowhere else in the UK we can.
Wembley is the biggest.
That's it. That's so and then it was like, okay, have we done Wembley? It's done. Good job. It's like, no, it was such a great event. We have to do it again. So it's like you say, there's these constant barriers, but when you get it done and you have that day and everyone's there and it's this real experience and you've got a whole crowd cheering for anyone who scores. Yeah. I don't even know football like that, but I know hearing 90,000 people cheering for one person is crazy. That doesn't happen often. People are just happy to see goals, to be at the event.
Do you know what I love about it though is like when I took part in Soccer Aid, the fact that you're seeing kids who they don't know who, for example, like a Cafu is. Yeah. And I'm the kid in me is like, oh my God, I'm playing with Cafu and Roberto Carlos. Yeah. This was the back four I was in. I don't even play centre back. And I'm like, I got Cafu, Roberto Carlos, and then Berbatov is a holding midfielder. And I'm there at one point.
Feel a bit out of your depth.
Bro, at one point I'm there at Soccer Aid. Telling Cafu, hey Cafu, cut back a little bit, yeah? Don't go up too much, yeah? Just cut back because he's quite quick. I said, where do I think I am? Yeah. But I think what I really enjoyed the most was seeing all these 10-year-olds who they don't know some of these older legends. It's just not their generation. Mm-hmm. But them seeing, Chunks and Noah Beck and wanting to get things signed, and you sit there and you're like, the game and who wins ain't really the thing. That's it. It's just about these cool memories that these 10, 11-year-olds get that say, oh man, I got to meet the person that I get to watch, online, and I seen them in the flesh. Do you know what I mean? I think that's the one takeaway I got from it. And also, you raise a load of money for charity, which is not really about who wins, it's about the entertainment of whatever the thing is. Do you know what I mean? For where you are now, you do a lot of stuff to give back, whether it's, charity games, but even like you're saying, later on you're going to go and help out at a youth club, you're saying?
Yeah, in Bromley, yeah.
What is it that makes you want to do some of that stuff? Because I don't feel like you publicly talk about things like this that much. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think mostly it's because we can, and we're in a kind of privileged position brought by a lot of people, and a lot of those people end up in situations that are super unfortunate. We've got the mental health charities we support, we've got Mind, we've got Teenage Cancer Trust, we've got the youth clubs that we support as well. And I think it's all of these people are in our audience. That's the nice thing about what we've done with our careers, is we have this hugely diverse audience, and it's just finding ways to give back to those people and those communities, because we're in this privileged position because of all of these people, so we try and do our best to kind of to do that. And it's also nice to create, like you say, these memories and this experience. It's like everything about it is positive. Yeah. So
and for where you are now in your life, where you're in that real sweet spot, I guess, in your life where you've You know, you're no longer the 18-year-old who's, you know, living in a house share with your friends and like realizing you're like, oh, okay, cool. Like I'm doing this thing. I don't know where it's going to go. I guess it's like, you know, you guys are like proof in the pudding that you can go out there and say, look, we're going to work together, create content, travel the world, but also we all have our little side projects that we do that we're all passionate about. And I like DJing, and I want this to be the thing that I'm able to do. And if you guys want to come, that's cool. This is also what I want to do. But you also do stuff together. How do you start looking at, like, you know, as you get older in some ways where, you know, you want to have kids and have a family?
Well, two of the boys have got little ones.
How do you start looking at that in some ways? Because, you know, you have a really thriving career as a DJ where you're able to travel. And, you know, you're able to essentially be like, I'm living my dream right now. But do you look at that part of life in some ways as your friends get older and they have children and get married and you've grown together, but you also say, I want to do this forever, but also I kind of just, I guess, like, how do you also like find your peace in some ways? Do you know what I mean? Yeah,
it's like a constant balancing game, like you say, and we've kind of made a lot of changes. We're not those same kids, like you say, that were in the house where, like, 2 a.m. you could come into my room and knock on the door and say, Vic, can you come and, like, set up a tripod for me? You know, it's you do that now, it's a different kind of conversation. So we've naturally, like, progressed and moved, but like you say, I think that's what makes it so special, is that it can be adaptive, and we all have our own things that we focus on outside of the big group project that kind of lets us have our own creative control and freedom. Or even if it's not a work thing outside of that, it's, you know, some of the guys, they're spending a lot of time with their kids, and that's really important to them. So I think we have a lot of flexibility to do it. And also one thing that we've been lucky enough to do is we're really building our team, building like-minded people like us within our team. So that takes off some of the pressure. And also, again, it's sometimes naive for us to sit there and say, we are the best at all of these things. It's like, no, sometimes, I'm sure you've done it as well with your team. You have to sometimes sit and say, actually, someone else is going to have a better shot at this than me. So it's just finding those people. And that allows us to spend more time at the kind of creative level rather than a lot of the processes in the middle. So it's a constant challenge, but that's what we like, though. Secretly, man, deep down, we wouldn't. None of us would be where we were if we didn't like a challenge and a problem to solve and a way to push.
And what do you think the next thing for the Sidemen will be in terms of, like, you know, you've ticked off a lot of cool things on your bucket list. You know, whether it's, you know, selling out Wembley Stadium, is it to go bigger than Wembley Stadium? Is it, you know, like what do you kind of envision as the thing of, like, we're going to do that? Is as impossible as it might sound, but it's like, yeah, we've got this idea to do this. And you're like, oh, okay, yeah.
I said I want to play hide and seek on the moon.
Yeah? I was going to be like, hey, I don't know about that
one. You may have lost the plot there. I don't know. I think SpaceX might get us there.
I don't know, man. I don't know about that one, brother.
Hey, honestly, 10 years' time, who knows? I don't think I get the other guys out there, though. It might just be me on my own in the little moon base. Guys, I'm hiding. No, my serious answer to that is that we've never really ever envisioned anything that we're gonna do. We never thought that the charity match would be bigger than, you know, the first match with 12,000 people there. We never thought that when we did a reality show and put it on our YouTube channel that we'd be 3-4 seasons into producing it for Netflix. So I think that's the beauty of it. We just kind of, ideas come, we try them, we put our all into them, and then sometimes they become bigger things. But yeah, we're, as you know, like, things change so fast with the internet and the way culture shifts now. So I think we just kind of sit there and wait for things to happen, and that's it.
And what's next for you? Like, in the sense of, like, do you double down on, you know, DJing and touring more and doing more festivals, releasing, you know, your own music? Or is it, hey, you know, like, I want to set up my own record label and I want to produce the next artist and give them a route that is
I don't want to be a
very
record
similar to
label. Record labels aren't popular.
Yeah.
Because so many people just do it themselves now, right? Even myself, like so much of my music distribution is just myself.
Yeah.
So I think that record label thing is very much.
But you could have your own one though.
I could, but then
Sidemen Sounds.
Sidemen Sounds.
Come on, bro.
Sidemen Records.
Yeah. You're feeling it already. I can see.
Do you know what?
The question mark.
Do you know what? The first thought that came up is, do you know how long we spend licensing music for YouTube videos? The amount we pay the record labels. Can we use your song? Yeah, that'll be £12,000 for 10 seconds of this song.
Is it?
And it's just like, it's a crazy world.
Fair enough. Yeah, no, them YouTube, them copyright strikes don't play.
They're not a joke, especially at our level. It's like we spent like 3 days shooting a video.
Yeah.
8 seconds of a song, we'll take all the revenue for that or pay us money. It's just like, we have people's salaries to pay. Like, we spent 100 grand on this shoot. What do you mean we've lost all the revenue?
It's not vibey, YouTube, man.
No.
Give us a 10 seconds, man.
10 seconds.
Sometimes the music won't even be in the video. It'll be in the background somewhere. Yeah, and I'll be like, listen, they were playing it in the thing. It's still, I didn't even want it. We tried to take it out. And some snitch. There's always a snitch on like, no, I'm gonna snitch. Oh man. But listen, man, it's been such a pleasure to have you on my podcast. Honestly, it's been such a pleasure. And I always have one last question I always ask people.
Okay.
But for someone who started as young as you have, and you've achieved a lot, what does the next chapter hold? You know, when you look at, if you kind of use the YouTube as such of, you know, when you look at those chapters and you skip, is this for me personally or in general? Yeah, just for yourself. Because, you know, you've come from, you know, a place of like, I'm going to upload these videos and see where it goes. And, you know, you've got successful family where your mum does medicine, your dad, you said, is a civil engineer.
Chemical engineer,
sorry. And your brother's got degrees and, you know, you being the youngest of like, well, I'm going to try this thing and see where it goes and just follow it. And just enjoy it as well. I think I've always noticed with any of the content you guys make, it really looks like you're enjoying yourself. And you're all nice guys. When I've all met you individually, you're actually like all like really cool guys. Do you know what I mean? Like when I've met, you know, JJ and I've met Toby, I always keep bumping into him in Dubai.
Toby's everywhere. Toby's everywhere.
I've been in Dubai and I'm like, what are we doing here, bro? But like, it's really inspiring to see. But what do you see that next chapter for, you know, just for yourself in some ways, you know?
So I think from the Sidemen front, it's just to keep kind of trying to make these crazy fun videos and keep it fun. I think that's the big challenge with that, because the second it starts not being fun, everything else doesn't kind of matter around it. And I think also making the shows as well, we really enjoy that. It's like this different position to be in. So we want to keep doing that on that side. And then for me, I think a lot of it's doing the music thing and actually using it as an excuse to challenge myself, because it is like this imposter syndrome, this panic that's how you learn fast. So keep kind of learning and developing that, not to take it anywhere in particular, but just to see what happens with it. And the thing I really enjoy with it is going to all these new places. So traveling to different places and having like a purpose of being there, meeting people, real people that live and work there, and just getting to know them. I really enjoy that and find that to be unique. So it's the kind of, I guess the next chapter is just balancing that with Sidemen, having a little bit of a personal life, and then the music stuff. Yeah. Just keeping it all going, have fun.
Oh, bro. Thank you, honestly, Vic, for doing my podcast. I really appreciate it, man. And I can't wait to see what unfolds next, you know what I mean? Whether it is hide and seek on the moon, or whether it is one day I'll see you in Vegas and we're both like, how much are these balls? I don't know.
I got you covered. We're both in Vegas at the same time.
Like,
you message me.
Give it to the side, man. But honestly, it's such a pleasure, my friend. And this has been your beginning, middle and end. Thank you so much, bro. Really appreciate it, man. Thanks for coming in, man. Hey, what's up? Thank you so much for listening to the podcast today. Now, a lot goes into making each episode. I know you hear my voice, but there's a team behind the scenes who help make it. And if you did enjoy it, I'd really, really appreciate it if you could show the love to them by giving us 5 stars. And if you also have the time, please leave us a review. It's always appreciated, and we love reading the comments. And of course, we want to keep making it better. Thank you for listening, and have a great day. Peace.